You're listening to Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms.
The time is 6:53 in Power. You're on Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms, and back to Parliament we go. We've got the MK Chief Whip, Mzwanele Manyi, with us this morning to discuss their call as a party for Shamila Batohi to step down or be fired. Mr. Manyi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What has prompted you to make this call?
Good morning, Tessa, and your listeners. No, actually, we've been observing this monumental incompetence of Batohi, and we thought every year we think maybe things are going to get better. We all understand that she inherited a somewhat wrecked up NPA, but it's now 6 years later. You can't be making the same excuse that you did on year one. I mean, ever since she started, she's absolutely got no success. And South Africa has been too patient with her. I mean, if you look at the cases, number one, in the Gupta extradition order, she bungled it up. I mean, we've got the judgment here from the Dubai court, I think dated around April 2023, where the court there says you have no order, you have no warrant of arrest that are in order. And she comes here and she lies to South Africa and she comes up with all kinds of diplomatic things and all of that, and yet legally they've got no case, because the case in which they were basing those extradition orders on, the Nulane case, they also lost it. And not only did the court in Bloemfontein say those people that were there are not guilty, it actually acquitted them. And so which is a higher order of you wasted everybody's time. It's not only that. They failed to even do a flight risk assessment of Bushiri. We're sitting now with a fugitive which should have been in jail here in this country. This guy is roaming around in Malawi because of the failure of the NPA. We've got the Makata case. I don't know how many years it is now. There is no solution. We've got a Meyiwa case that's been dragging on for 10 years. I mean, if you look at that particular case, some of the witnesses that were on the scene 10 years later are still not being called in to testify. What is that? We've got the Kusile case, Kusile Eskom case that has been struck off the roll. At one point, then they take Kwamanda to court, and next thing they withdraw. And then you've got the Machela case again on this side. They take him there, they wake him up with his family at 5 o'clock, and they parade him on the media as this a damn one that has messed up. Up to today, they haven't been able to make their case.
Let
me conclude.
Yeah.
Let me conclude. Then you've got this Nigerian rapist, Omutoso, that raped our children here. A lot of them. And the NPA could make a simple case like that, you know. And then, and then just to put an icing on the cake, then the man gets arrested for. He gets arrested for
Home Affairs, immigration issues.
And then a simple technicality that when you are arrested for these things, within 48 hours must be brought to court. They even fail to do that. I mean, really, what you want? Lastly, they now have. She now has in the radar Advocate Pretorius, who she now wants to appoint. Now, this is the guy that was leading evidence in the Zondo Commission. Now, the same guy that has been leading this evidence is now going to be the advisor of NPA, how his evidence is legit. In other words, you have an intractable conflict of interest, but she doesn't see this because she's so incompetent. I mean, how can you have a person like this leading such an institution?
So, Mr. Manyi, so all of those things are things that the NPA has done that you find problems with, and we can go through each of them and you can pinpoint where those problems lie. Are these things squarely up to Shamila Batohi? So what is the case that you're making that it is her particular leadership in this case that needs to be called into question? Is it just a matter of the fish rots from the head, or are you saying that she has had a particular hand in these decisions?
Oh, well, maybe it's both. The fish does rot from the head, and I'm not sure if she hasn't been consulted in these decisions. Even if she was not consulted, her duty is to make sure that that thing is well oiled. And if the prosecutors are incompetent, if the structures are not where they should be, the NPA Act enjoins her to set up proper structures, then therefore it means she has failed to make sure that the team is competent. I mean, you have one of the prosecutors there that on that leaked audio where they were talking about fake it till you make it, where they go to court with empty files and with these big gowns and look very serious. When they know they've got nothing, they're just doing a show. They're doing it for the media, but at the same time, they are rubbishing the images of people. Batohi is aware of this. Up to today, Batohi has done absolutely nothing about that.
So
what level of incompetence are we subjected to here?
So as the party, what are you asking for in a practical terms? Are you asking, is this a call to the president? Is this an appeal that you're making directly to the president?
No.
Or is there something that Parliament can do in order to get Batohi fired?
Parliament has done its part. Parliament has exposed him because Parliament has given her basically a right of reply on this thing. So all the things that you perhaps you want to allude to now to say in each case there was an answer. She tried that in Parliament, and in fact she has no answer. She doesn't even know what is happening under her nose.
So who must do what now?
So what now? You see, we are not appealing here. We're not calling for. We're invoking the Act. The President, in terms of Section 12 of the NK Act, he has an opportunity, he has a duty that if we put a case like this, he has a duty to suspend her immediately, pending investigation. Then they can verify the things that we're saying. But we are saying, whilst we are verifying that, she must be off the chair.
And if the President fails to act?
We'll take the President to court.
Gotcha.
That's what will happen, yeah.
Now, I just wanted to get a clear sense of what the work ahead of you is.
You must remember that the President is not doing us a favor.
Yeah.
We're not appealing to him. We're not on our knee. No, we're saying the law requires you to do this. You should have done it even without us. But even you are failing the nation. But we're bringing it to your attention now that you don't know yourself what you're doing. We're bringing it to your attention that you have a duty to suspend this person because of the mess that has put the country to. Now, if the President does not do that, we would take him to court because then that decision will be irrational.
Well, we will follow the steps that you'll be taking going forward. This, I think, is a big and important move from a parliamentary perspective as the official opposition. So thank you so much, Mr. Mzwanele Manyi, for plotting a path forward for the MK party in Parliament, asking for the sacking of Shamila Batohi. We are covering as many stories as we can this morning. A lot of them have to do with Parliament, but some also bigger stories around what's happening around the world with South Africa. After the break, we are going to be in conversation with Mr. John Robbie for John Robbie Says, so stay tuned for that. It's 7 o'clock now, time for the news.